Well, you had a great weekend, but sporting Arsenal-wise, it was not a great weekend. Should we get into it? I kind of really
You sound
don't.
a bit shaky, man.
I do sound a bit shaky, but I'm just gutted.
And your text, you were like, "Oh, it's over." What'd you say?
Yeah, I said title race is over.
Title done. GG Man City.
It's not done.
Title done, GG Man City is what I said. I was upset.
Yeah, you're upset. Like, who wouldn't be upset? I was devastated. I was shocked. But, you know, it's frustrating. I was frustrated more than anything else. But we're still in it. I don't think we're going to win it. I never said we were going to win it, but...
You did say that, actually.
When?
You said we weren't going to win it early. You saw the run of fixtures.
I said I just need more breathing room. Like, I don't think it's... Like, people are saying, did we bottle it? But let's say if we go on to lose the league, it's not a bottle job, like, in my eyes, because it's like, what? We were only ever really within 5 to 7 points ahead of them. And I think they always had that game in hand on us. So, like... I don't know. It's City chasing you down more than anyone. That's like, you drop 2 games, you're back in the mix. Like, that's not bottling it. I think if you bottle it, it's probably like 12, 15 points. That gap. And if you lose that gap, then I'll say, yeah, we bottled it. But it's City chasing you down. That's my opinion.
There's some dogs barking. Clearly, they're Man City fans. They're not, or very big Arsenal fans that don't like our predictions or comments. Well, your predictions or comments. I see where you're coming from. I don't really know where I stand on it. I think it's a successful season nonetheless. I'm not sure if I consider it a bottling or not. But I know one thing. I thought we were going to walk that and we went 2-0 up. And why do we look tired? We're out of these competitions and we look absolutely knackered. That was baffling me. Again, I'm not criticising Arsenal as a team this year. But it did worry me how tired they got towards the end there. And
I thought we were on top towards the end. We did look a bit like I think Saka in particular was lacking a lot of freshness in his legs, but
confidence as well after that penalty miss. That was heartbreaking. That was so. I'm gonna hate going to West Ham for like the next 5 seasons just because of that one moment. I'm just gonna think of that every time we go to West Ham.
I couldn't believe it. You know what his run up. I was kind of like, you don't look confident here, man.
Yeah, what? I don't know.
He kind of blew out and he was like doddled up and then.
Does that affect his confidence for the rest of the season?
No.
Because that's the thing. It's the way we drew that match that worries me. Like, if we go there, we draw, we claw back a draw, like we're down. That's okay. No. But it does worry me the way... I know you never you didn't think we were going to go and win the title anyway. But it's the way we drew that really good. And the 2 goals are just so soft. There's a central midfielder that is usually great and gave the ball so easily. Gabriel doesn't need to commit there. Gabriel's been brilliant as well, so you can't really have a go, but it's just so frustrating, mistakes like that. And then that Bowen goal, what the hell are White and Holding doing? They don't push up. Tierney and Gabriel push up together, and then the other 2, I know they haven't played.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Like,
yeah, but it's harsh.
Everything
you have got to come up. That's rule number 1. From corners.
I think they were trying. I think the fault with that one, yeah, I think the back line, or it was from a set piece, isn't it? Initially.
Yeah,
and then everybody tried to step up. Yeah, so I think there wasn't really any communication or any coherent kind of like, you should know the players that you're playing with, especially in the back line. So like, it just seemed like it was just disjointed. Some people pushed up quicker than the others, and they just left a huge gap. Like, Bowman was miles onside. Like, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like Partey made a mistake. He always tries his little flicks there. I swear he does that every single game, and he gets caught out one way or another. Yeah. And then Gabriel does what Gabriel has in his locker, which is just a clumsy challenge.
Yeah. The thing that pained me in this game, the only thing that really gave me a good feeling after this game was seeing Odegaard and Declan Rice swap shirts. I was like, oh, maybe there's something here. Have you seen the video?
I haven't seen that, no.
No, they were after the game. Odegaard was signing some shirts for him. I'm sure it's probably for like a little cousin that's an Arsenal fan or something.
Signing?
Yeah. Odegaard came and signed some Arsenal shirts for Declan Rice. So that was the only good thing I felt came from this game. But just to finish up on this segment.
Welcome to Arsenal.
Yeah, well, 1, welcome to Arsenal. 2, you don't think Arsenal bottled the league. I don't know where I stand. But one thing I do think is I think City do go on and win it now. it's heartbreaking, and I really hope that isn't the case. What's your thoughts on that?
It's a crazy season, man. It's probably been one of the wildest seasons I've witnessed. Maybe because I'm an Arsenal fan, maybe because I've been so engaged with it. But it's been a crazy season. Like, just so many different managers coming in and out, managers fighting, people getting pushed. Like, yeah, it's just a lot of storylines going on. VAR is always at the forefront of things. So I don't know. Look, I still feel like we can win this. It's just unfortunate the past two away games, we dropped from 2-goal leading positions. So like,
that's the thing that worries me. No team, I saw a stat, no team in the Premier League has been first at this stage and bottled 2-goal leads ever.
Look. This season is that's a nothing stat. Like, look,
it is a bit of a nothing stat, but it's a stat that worries you nonetheless.
No, it's not a stat that worries me. What worries me is how we are performing, and going into that Etihad game. And actually, you know what? Not even that. The next game, just win that game. Because if we go into that game and we draw that game, then it's like what City have the FA Cup next week, and then they have 2 games in hand on a 4-point lead, right?
What we do.
They have 2 games in hand.
No, they have a game in hand now.
Game in hand.
But next week, if we get a point, are we 5 points or 4 points ahead of them?
If you only get 1 point at Southampton, 5 points.
And they have 2 games. They will have 2 games.
They'll have 2 games in hand, and
we have to play them.
Yeah.
So like,
do we get a result at the Etihad? I've got a feeling we might nick a result, but I think it'll be a draw, and I don't think it'll be enough.
We're not winning. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're not winning. I don't think. Look at City right now. Unless what I'm hoping is Haaland gets drug tested. John Stones pulls his hammy, and maybe against Bayern on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I don't know. Maybe Kyle Walker gets arrested as well.
Yeah,
he's about time. It's about time. How'd you do what he did, and you're still walking the streets? Oh man, I swear to God, you can get away with anything in Manchester these days.
Yeah.
No.
Cheeky names that we can't mention on the podcast. Well, that's getting all bleeped out. That's getting cut on the edit. No, look. Yeah.
Wrong
If but yeah, I don't. It'd be hard to win the title
Grealish
now, but
well.
you can't give up. You can't give up the hope. Maybe we do.
No, man, and I feel like Saka, for example, he'll come back from this. He comes from a different cloth. He's Nigerian.
I hope you're right. No, I'm not laughing.
That was a bit of a scoff right there. What do you think?
That was a scoff. It's just a laugh. You're Nigerian, so you're very biased.
Am I?
Saka, it's not about him being Nigerian. He's come back from a Euro 2020 final. No, obviously it's obviously a cultural thing as well. Yeah, it's about him being Nigerian as well, but him as a person as well, on top of the culture. That's why I'm laughing. I just didn't expect you.
No, I'm just saying I generally feel like he's built different. Like, how long did it take Rashford to come back? Too long. But Saka came back first game of the season.
Yeah. Fair. No, I'm not disagreeing. It just made me laugh. Like, it's been a very Nigerian podcast.
Come on. The green, white, green.
Yeah, we got the green and white. Obviously, there's something radiating off this. Don't start throwing money on it now.
Hey, man.
50p's everywhere.
Hey. I'm itching right now.
We can touch on City a bit.
Ain't got no cash. Yeah.
Check it. But talking on City, like, yeah, it's looking good for them right now. They've just hit form, haven't they? They're gonna walk this last few games. Their fixtures are looking a lot nicer. They're looking good and look dominant. I know it's a crap Leicester team, but nonetheless, I think nothing really else needs to be said on that match. Then they're looking good. They're looking scary. And for GG, I know it's against a poor Leicester side, but they battered them. Did they? Let's try and be non-biased. We're obviously Arsenal fans. Do they look really good? Do they look scary? I think I know the answer, but how good are they?
Yeah,
maybe that's a better way to rephrase it.
They look really good.
Great analysis. On to the next.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to say. John Scott.
They're great.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And that getting that gap it kind of allowed them to just coast for the second half, and they conceded a goal or whatever. Maybe they can maybe that little second half can continue. You know, they get a bit too confident.
It's always a good sign when you're on good form where I have to ask a crap question and there's no real answer for it. That's when you know you're going well, because you can't go down another angle. Oh, maybe this, maybe that. No, the only angle we can go down is Carl Walker got his out. So like that's the only other way we can go down this. So apologies for the poor analysis. Apologies for the poor question. Carl Walker, stop getting your out.